Okay, this is my face chart for the Genderbent Celebrity project. The person I am aiming to look like here is David Tennant. So to make myself look like him, I've got to do some structural changes to my face. So starting up top, we want to do a very masculine square forehead. He has kind of a short face, especially in the chin area. He's really sunken here. Got a really dark and prominent brow and kind of bushy eyebrows. So I'm going to really sink in here and have that thin crease across here. He's also got a very distinct nose. It's slightly asymmetrical. It's very thin with wide nostrils. Nice masculine contour line. A little bit of nasolabial shading. His lips are also very distinct. They are thin and wide. And especially compared to me, his bottom lip, like my bottom lip is sort of in here. So his bottom lip is wider, so I'm going to try to make that apparent. And then I'm taking my jawline contour past where it is on my face to try to make my chin appear smaller. I'm not going to have his hair, and I don't have a wig for this, so that's about as close as I can get. In the face chart, I shaded the eyes brown when my eyes are definitely blue. So that's about as close as I'm going to be able to get. So I'm on my way. Oh, he's also got, right here, he's got the starts of these little eye bags. Not like the ones that fall out of the eyelid, but the ones just underneath the lid. So I'm going to shade those in too.
Okay, so here I'm putting on my foundation. I don't have a top view of the products I'm using. I'm just using my foundation, my contour, my highlight, and a little bit of cheek color and a tiny bit of lip color in this. And I think I used the eye pencil a little bit for some of the lines. So foundation is on, and now I'm just going to block in with contour, like not super careful, just where I know some of the shadows are. And I'm going to warn you ahead of time, I'm not super thrilled with the way this turned out. I think I definitely changed the shape of my face, which is what I'm looking at from you guys. I'm not sure I made myself look like David Tennant. His face is much thinner than mine, and I think I had trouble there, and I made some mistakes along the way. But you can follow what I did and see how to change the shape of your face pretty dramatically. I was also a little heavy-handed with the makeup, so those are my own critiques of myself. And those are good to have. You should critique yourself. Here, I'm just trying to make sure my jaw contour is even. My cheek contour is even. This is one of the big mistakes I made. I brought the contour line up onto my chin, which was correct, but the mistake I made was that I should have squared it out at the corner of my jaw underneath my ear, and I made it like a solid curved line. Not really sure why I did that, but I did. So if you're going for a masculine look, you should probably have an angle there, not that smooth curved line that I have there. You can learn as much from my mistakes as you can from my successes. Going in the nasolabial. Like I said, I all over kind of went a little too high in contrast with this look. This is one of many times I will contour the nose in this. He's got such a thin, like, distinct little nose. It's really cute. In some ways, this is going to be similar to old age and contouring. You're just doing it with a bend. Obviously, like, not every celebrity is old age. You're just doing this with a bend towards changing the shape of your face, which involves putting shadow places, stronger shadow where you wouldn't have shadow, or shadow altogether where you wouldn't have shadow. Pulling my chin up was something I did, and here I'm just making my nose appear way thinner than it actually is. I'm actually making my nostrils flare a little bit wider as well. I've drawn the nostrils off to the side of my actual nostril. I did a lot of back and forth in this video. Like, I'm going to block this contour in, I'm going to do some highlight, I'm going to do some more contour, I'm going to do some more highlight. Constantly checking my references to see if I've got the shape I want, if it looks the way I want it to look. That's why it's so important to do that research and do that face chart. And just really analyze your face and their face and sort of see what you want to change. decided here to add the little kind of prominent brow. I felt like I wasn't looking masculine enough. It's around about here that I probably felt like my look wasn't going the way I wanted, and I added started just adding a bit too much product. I darkened some things up to try to get closer to where I thought Mr. Tennant was. I'm doing the corners of my mouth here. The mouth was one of the interesting things. So his bottom lip is wider than mine, but it's thinner. He doesn't have quite the pout that I have, so I tried to copy that, and then I felt like I had a fat lip, so I tried to bring it in a little bit more. It's one thing that happens with old age, actually, too, is that the upper lip thins out because the lip sags. Now, David Tennant's not that old, so I shouldn't be doing that. I also found that even though I think his mouth is wider than mine when I smile, my mouth looks incredibly wide, and I look like a sort of insane person. You can see that shadow there has really changed the shape of my lip. So one of the main learning outcomes of this is to pick a celebrity and aim for it, but even if you're probably not going to get there on your first attempt because this is a hard project, but you should learn how different shading and contouring will help change the shape of your face and change your appearance. And that's really the application of this in the industry, is how to make your nose thinner or your chin bigger or smaller, and think about how to do that. Also makes you understand the whole notion of highlight and contour better. Trying to see what I'm going to look like there with his hair. It's really hard to see without the hair. His brows. I'm going to do his eyebrows here. My eyebrows are thin and arched, and his are sort of straight, and they come all the way down to the sides of his eyes, which is something my eyes definitely don't do. My eyebrows. I always find when I pencil in my eyebrows like this, they look sort of cartoony, but the hope is that from far away, they would look a little less cartoony. I also have a weird kind of musculature to my eyebrows from having two pierced eyebrow rings, and so one of my eyes just kind of sits higher than the other. I decided around here that I needed a scarf, and that was going to help I pushed that up to my jaw. Maybe I could make my face appear shorter, get rid of that neckline on my full face. I probably got the nasolabial too dark here. The scarf is helping me get rid of my neck. And I realized I forgot the eye bags, so I'm putting those in. Those are just like little bags underneath his actual like eyeball. These aren't the ones that fall out of your eyelid for old age. I probably put these in a little dark as well. I apologize, it's a little bit off camera here. I use a little makeup mirror beneath my camera to do all this. It's always important if you want a wrinkle to get a sharp highlight line that meets the bottom, that goes from the bottom down of your contour line. It's kind of counterintuitive to what you think. You think highlight on top and shadow on bottom, but the way wrinkles fall, you have a line, a dark line that fades up, and then a highlight that fades down. And there I am. It's okay. I definitely look different.